What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Got some big news for you guys here in this video. Why you may have to travel more money, or why you may have to pay more money every time you travel here. I'll give you the details here on this new security fee in this video. Also, you won't believe who President Donald Trump just pardoned. It's making big news here today, and I'll give you the controversy over it here in this video. As well as President Donald Trump and the Fed have a huge announcement that is going to affect, well, pretty much everybody here in the United States and your money and your pocketbook. And I'll give you the details of that here as well in this video. So let's jump right in. We are live right now here on the YouTube It's Jimmy Show. Let me know if you can see and hear me. Type yes in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. You can let me know your city, state, or even your country, as we have people tuning in here from all around the globe. Don't forget to smash that like button for me here. And if you haven't yet, subscribe down below so you don't miss out on future videos. I'll keep you up to date here with everything happening on a daily basis. Take a look here. First up, coming here in early 2026, TSA announces there will be a $45 fee for travelers with no real ID or passport starting in February 2026. And the details are still a little fuzzy, but it looks like it will be for every person without a real ID, which is the new driver's license per se, or a passport. And this is coming here soon, starting in February. If you're traveling or flying without a real ID, you'll have to pay fees starting in February. Travelers going through airport security checkpoints without a real ID or passport will face a $45 fee starting on February 1st, the Transportation Security Administration announced here on Monday. And this can really add up because this is per person and per flight is what it appears to be. The fee is part of the agency's next phase of the Real ID implementation process and will require individuals to verify their identity through a biometric or biographic system if they don't have a compliant form of identification, which is the real ID or the passports, before they're permitted to cross through the checkpoint. The announcement follows a proposed rule published in the Federal Register last month, but the agency now increased the fee from its previously proposed amount of $18. And if you're traveling with several people, say 4 people, 4 times nearly $50, it could be almost $200 extra. This can add up pretty quickly. TSA Deputy Executive Assistant says the fee was necessary because we need to modernize the system. We needed to make sure that the system is safe. TSA says the fees will cover the administrative and IT costs associated with the ID verification program and ensures the expense is covered by the travelers and not the taxpayers. Let me know your thoughts here in the comment section, or share this video. Click the share button down below and share this video with anybody that needs to hear this information. Next up, President Donald Trump just pardoned somebody that has a lot of people talking not in a good way. Trump just pardoned Honduras's ex-president, and we're seeing headlines like Trump's pardon of him shows counter-drug effort is, quote, based on lies and hypocrisy. Why has Trump blown up alleged narco boats in the Caribbean and at the same time decided to let one of the biggest all-time drug traffickers off the hook? The former Honduran president, Juan Orlando Hernandez, who Trump pardoned now, he pledged to pardon and now pardoned, despite the fact that Hernandez was sentenced last year to 45 years in prison for allegedly creating a cocaine superhighway to the United States. Wow. In fact, this guy, Hernandez, was convicted by a jury of conspiring to traffic 400 tons of cocaine into the United States and will now be set free by President Donald Trump. The Justice Department estimates that this represents 4.5 billion doses of cocaine, and that he was, quote, at the center of one of the largest and most violent drug trafficking conspiracies in the world. He is responsible for the deaths of countless American citizens and will now be pardoned by President Donald Trump. Wow. Let me know your thoughts here in the comment section. Next up, President Donald Trump says that he has chosen the next Fed chair, the next Federal Reserve chairman, which will replace Jerome Powell. As affordability pressures rise, this is coming from Fox News, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent is expected to be the next Federal Reserve chairman, announced by President Donald Trump after interviewing 5 candidates. Now, President Donald Trump has not been happy lately with Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, who he actually originally nominated back in 2017, almost, 9 years ago, and was renominated by former President Biden, who basically kept him in there. And Federal Reserve Chairman is one of the votes on the Federal Reserve Board of Presidents, who vote every time on whether to raise interest rates, lower interest rates, or keep interest rates the same, which affects pretty much everybody here in the United States, as well as the federal government, who is paying around $1 trillion per year in interest alone. So lower interest rates will not only help the government, but will help countless Americans here. Lower interest rates will equate to lower interest rates on mortgages, on refinances, on car loans, on personal loans, on car leases, on credit card interest rates, on pretty much every single thing that has an interest rate tied to it. It will also actually mean lower interest on savings accounts and online saving accounts like money markets, which are actually still paying around 4% per year, will trickle down as well when interest rates go down. Okay. But we have so many people with debt. Debt is at an all-time high in the United States, and we're still seeing credit card interest rates hovering around 30% on average, 30% per year annual percentage rates, which means over the course of 3 years, you're paying almost 100% interest in just 3 years, which is just completely mind-blowing and is just sucking people dry. So a lot of people are hoping to see interest rates keep coming down, and President Donald Trump is hoping that when Jerome Powell is out and he puts a new Federal Reserve chairman in there, that they will lower interest rates and keep lowering interest rates so we can get back down to those historic low rates that we had maybe around 5 years ago or so, when we had mortgage rates in the 2 to 3% range, which was amazing for a lot of people. And that meant lower credit card interest rates, lower car loan interest rates, lower mortgage rates, lower refinance rates, and the government will pay a lot less in interest as well, as we're just hitting record high debt for the government as well, 36, 37, 38 trillion dollars on government debt as well. So a lot of people want to see lower interest rates. It's the big banks who are mostly profiting off of higher interest rates, because there's the ones who get most of the higher interest. When you pay your credit card and you pay that high interest, it goes to the banks mostly. Okay, J.P. Morgan, Chase, Bank of America. Most of the debt in the United States and the world goes to big banks. Not all of it, but the majority of it, right? So I will keep you up to date here on this and more as we get more details. Listen up, because this is important. There is some major changes going on in Medicare. You can see here United Health is dropping 1 million seniors from Medicare Advantage. And this is not the only change. There are many changes that have happened going from 2025 into 2026 for Medicare and Medicare Advantage and even Medicare Part D. And you need to know about this because this could make significant changes to your plans, and you might not be on the right plan either, and this could cost you money. And there's significant plans that actually have kind of a rebates that can give you money back. And with our partner, Chapter Medicare, the average senior that has used Chapter Medicare has saved around $1,100. And using their services is completely free. I put a phone number here on the screen and a pinned comment down below so you can contact Chapter Medicare right now because it's open enrollment only for a few more days. So Chapter Medicare can help you or your loved ones find the best plan that is best for you and possibly save you a lot of money in the process. So call that phone number or click the pinned comment link down below right now. So share this video so others can get this information. If you haven't yet, subscribe down below and click the bell icon so you get notifications when we come out with new videos. I will keep you up to date. Click here to see Trump's new, quote, largest stimulus ever, or click here to see Trump administration releasing over $3 billion going out to Americans now. Thanks for watching.